Army, welcome back to Life and Other Circus Skills. This week I thought I'd do a little bit of a vlog to take you on my final journey. Well, final journey makes it sound a bit weird. But basically this is my final time off period ahead of going to Disney in a couple of months, because obviously most of my holiday from work has gone on going to Disney. Yes, this is my last. I've got 9 days off. Cunningly attached to bank holidays, that's how I won that one. So I thought I'd keep you up to date on what I get up to. Obviously there are a few Disney prep things that I'll be working on. I'm also bringing in some fun, because frankly I just need more and more and more of that right now. So today I'm off to see Jay and Laurie, yay, and Laurie and I are going to do the next level, or part of the next level depending on how long it takes, of Tomb Raider 1. So I think it's the Colosseum. So keep an eye out for that coming soon. Then yeah, tomorrow my Ocado shop for the week is coming, so I've ordered plenty of snacks. Then I've got a few interesting classes coming up, which I will talk to you about later. I'm still just deciding what to do for the big bank holiday bit, so I'm going to come up with a plan on that later. But yeah, otherwise I'm going to keep you posted. It's set to be an interesting week, I think. I do also need to crack on with the next cape, so I've cut out all the bits for the red cape, but I need I need to actually crack on and do it now. I need to then, what have I got to do? Redo the blue cape, do the exciting Marauders map cape. I think that's then it, unless I decide to do another one, which I still haven't decided on one way or another. I quite want to do a Star Wars one. But I'm going to see how I go, because as I've said before, the closer we get to summer, the hotter it gets and the less likely I'm going to want to sew. So that's all for now. Otherwise, I'm going to catch up with you later with more shenanigans. Talk to you later. So didn't actually end up managing to do an update yesterday. What is today? Who knows? But yeah, I had a really good time with Jay and Laurie, and a really good tomb raiding sesh. We did the Colosseum, which I think is level 6, possibly. Our part 7, physical level 6. And I'm either getting better or it is a bit more manageable as levels go. I definitely had a few spanners at the beginning whilst I remembered how to press which button for which thing. But yeah, once I got into it, it was fairly straightforward. So I quite enjoyed that. There were sort of, I guess, a few puzzle-esque things to do. And there were some animals and whatnot to take down. But yeah, nothing horrendous or jumpy-outy or like cray jumping. So no, I really enjoyed that. We had a nice time. We had some fish and chops. I managed to track down the elusive ice bun donuts, as we call them. So yeah, like one day yonder in the past, I was just going to pick up my lunch from the petrol station, because I'd also filled up with petrol, as I was on my way to Jay and Laurie's. And I was like, ooh, iced buns. I used to love an iced bun as a child, and they had like this pack of 5 iced buns and they called them raspberry iced buns. I was like, oh, how nice. What I hadn't realised was that they also were filled with jam, like a jam donut. And obviously I was going to offer them to Jay and Laurie anyway, but because I'd bought them as part of my lunch, I'd gotten to them first. And I was like, oh my god, guys, this is the best thing I have ever tasted ever. And they agreed. But we haven't been able to find them since. Given like it was in like an M&S forecourt, you would have thought they would be quite, you know, featured at many forecourts. That's where I mostly see M&S, is at forecourts. I don't often go into normal shops. So yeah, I was on the verge of having to go to a normal M&S shop to try and track down some ice bun donuts. And then I went back to the original forecourt and they had them. So I bought 2 packets, obviously. So we had a number of ice bun donuts. That was great. Also did send me on a little bit of a sugar high. Woohoo! So that was good. And we've made a little secret plan, which by the time this video goes out will not be a secret anymore, so that's fine. So today's big fun mission was my handstand class. So this was like a proper one-to-one with a hand balancing professional. Fortunately, someone I know quite well, because it was also, slightly terrifying when you're like, okay, so I need to be able to balance on my hands, but my hands are sweaty and I have no control over my limbs once they're over my head. So it was really good, actually. I did a lot better than I thought I was going to, especially as I haven't really done any circus training for a couple of weeks, just because of the way things have landed with my teacher having a couple of gigs. So we'd had to move classes, but yes, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I've got some conditioning to work on until I can have my next class, which will probably be in a few weeks' time. But yes, my Lara training is in progression, slowly, but it's in progression. Like, the main thing I need to work on is actually just strengthening up my wrists, because even though I use them a fair amount for, for yoga, for hoop, for pole, you're not really using them in the way where you put all of your weight into them. And it's quite, I discovered, because we discussed this at length today, quite a fine balance as to finding that right spot. And I definitely struggle with knowing whether my wrists are under my shoulders or not, which sounds stupid, but when you're upside down, it's quite hard to tell. And actually, it turns out that perhaps my shoulders have been actually slightly further forward than my wrists when I've tried things in the past, because that's when you're actually pushing too much weight into your wrists and when it really friggin' hurts. So yeah, that was really interesting, actually. So fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes. Like, handstands can be a quick progression, or they can be a very long and slow progression. The main thing she said to me today when I was like, what can I be practicing? She just said, just do it. So you don't necessarily need to be in the handstand position, but just really kind of getting your hands used to carrying your weight, in the same way as once upon a time you learnt to walk, you have to teach your hands to walk effectively. Yeah, that's nice, actually, because with a lot of these things there is a lot of technique involved, but actually the very base level of this is just get your hands used to taking your weight as if they were a foot. So that's something that you can sort of practice quite easily and anywhere, in theory, as long as you're being safe and you've got a spotter as needed. So yeah, so that was really cool. Naturally, I'm knackered off the back end of it though, so I've already had a little nap. And I'm now going to, I've just had a cup of tea, but I'm still kind of resettling my brain post-nap, but I need, because I keep trying and not getting very far, to do the next steps on the red cape. So yeah, it's literally just going to be pinning hood to neck and then putting hood to neck. That sounded really creepy. Pinning hood to neck and sewing that on, and then doing all of the hemming and all that jazz. This is the thing, it doesn't actually, there's not much to it compared to some of the other projects that I've done. But yeah, you have to just be in the zone. At the moment, I'm still on just the plain coloured ones. I haven't got patterns to worry about. That's going to be the one where I really need to concentrate, because if I don't, because I'm doing the French seams as well, I obviously need to make sure when I come to the patterned one that I'm getting my right sides and my wrong sides the correct way round, which, yeah, is definitely going to break my brain a bit. But yes, I do need to, I was like, I do need to crack on, because although I still have 3 months to go, I also still have 3 capes to make. So, and as I said, I might buy the fabric and do the Star Wars one, depending on how I feel about life. We shall see. Anyway, so that, yes, so I'm going to try and do that in a bit, but in a nice chilled way. I've also just realised that I've left washing all over the living room, so I should probably put that away. Otherwise I won't be able to like pull the sewing machine table down because there's washing everywhere. So yeah, do that. And then tomorrow is our British Museum excursion. So another fairly early start, but I prefer that, to be honest. I like going out in the morning and then having a chill in the evening. Well, that's the point. Yeah, I think actually I'm going to join my friend's Twitch stream this evening, a lovely lady called Angel Ash, who I haven't met in person, but I really want to because she's awesome. And she is streaming a game called Spyro at the moment, which has an amazing purple dragon in it. It's one from, I think, the original was 90s-ish. I think it was PlayStation 1, they were telling me that it was originally launched on. Yeah, I am lining it up in my Amazon basket to purchase at some point later this year, maybe when I get some birthday money or something. But yes, it's certainly fun to watch and to chat to her and some of the other guys at the same time while she's playing. So yeah, probably do that this evening as well. So plenty to be cracking on with. Mostly the cape that I really need to try and focus on next. So I'll catch up with you later. So I am back from town. I didn't actually end up going to Drag Queen story time, which I'm really sad about, but I got to the museum and it was absolute carnage. And I really wasn't in the mood for that today. Like, I know it's half term. Maybe it's because it's slightly looking like it's gonna rain today, so everyone was like, oh, let's go and do an indoor activity. But I was just like, what time did I get there? Just after 10:30. So, like really early as the museum goes, and yeah, it was carnage. So I decided not to play. And then it was like, right, I'm in the middle of London, what am I gonna do? So I decided to have a little wander around town, just kind of see what was going on for the Jubilee and whatnot. Popped into some shops while I was there, so I got some awesome new jeggings. Good times. I like colours, in case you hadn't noticed. And then I went to Fortnum's. Because I have been meaning to stock up on Fortnum's tea for ages, but it's one of those things where you're better off going into the shop because trying to get something delivered is just so unnecessarily expensive. So, lol, I got my Royal Blend tea bags, which I realised as I went in there seemed really like, you know, pandering to the Jubilee, but this is my favourite Fortnum's blend that I have been having for years, and I have a nice special tin that it all goes in, so hence I got the, you know, shitty cardboard box covered in plastic because I've got a nice tin for that to go in. And then I also bought some salted caramel biscuits, which I hope are going to be nice, because yeah, I'm going back to Jane Laurie's on Sunday for a Jubilee-ish afternoon tea, possibly sitting outside if it's not raining. So I thought I'd take some nice biscuits. So yeah, that's how today went. Not quite according to plan, but the joy of London is there's always something you can do. And it's just nice getting to wander around town sometimes. So I'd actually walked to the museum from Euston Square as well. So I got to go past some of the really beautiful old buildings down that road, which I can't remember the name of right now. I want to say Gower, that might be wrong. It basically runs all the way down from Euston Square Station directly to where you would turn into the road to go to British Museum. And yeah, it was a really, really nice space. Lots of old university buildings. There's Museum of Zoology and things like that down that road. So yes, that was today. Now I'm getting back to, because I only managed to do 2 bits of sewing yesterday. So I sewed the 2 parts of the hood to each other, and then did all the French seams, and then I pinned the hood to the main bit of the cape. So I'm going to crack on and hopefully get that one done today, and then maybe tomorrow I can start on the cutting out for the next one, depending on how tired I feel and or arsed I can be. So yes, I'm now just going to chillax, have a cup of tea, maybe a little snackage. I'm going to have to put these somewhere where I don't look at them, otherwise I'll eat them before Sunday. But I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Skating, here we come. Squee!
Hold up.
So I didn't actually get to go skating. I got there and they were like, oh yeah, we've just been told it's been cancelled. And you're like, sure, it's fine. You're gonna refund me. It's fine. So yeah, I've mostly just come back to Westfield where I'd parked and a little wander around the shopping centre, which not really my idea of fun, to be honest. I've now decided I've had enough of people and I'm gonna go home, have a nice big cup of tea and a biscuit and read my book in peace and quiet. And that is what my fun life shall be today, because I do also enjoy that a lot, to be honest. So yeah, sad times, really sad times. Next time, maybe, next time. So then the last few days have been a whirlwind of relaxation, if you will. So I started and finished 2 whole books, yes, which you will see a bit more of on the TBR, which is coming up actually maybe even before this, depending on how I schedule stuff. But yes, so that was lovely. You know when you just have quiet time where you can just disappear into another world for a while? I did that and it was amazing. Twice. So yes, there was a bit of that. I had some good food, maybe 1 or 2 little schnocks. And then rounded things off with not a surprise trip to see Jay and Laurie, but an extra trip to see Jay and Laurie, where I did then, surprise, jump onto Laurie's stream. Hi, Jay! Jaden! Surprise! And not only did I finish 1 cape, the red one, which I'd obviously been procrastinating on for a little bit, I started and finished the blue redo. Woo! I also had a crack at watching the new Matrix film. I'm none the wiser. I was like, I think I need to watch it again just to figure out if it doesn't work or if it's just that I missed a lot of stuff the first time round that I need to like reabsorb the second time round. But there was a lot of like flashbacks to the original trilogy and a whole thing with like here's Neo, here's Trinity, they don't know who each other are, but I couldn't quite figure out what the point was. I mean, I didn't go in with high expectations, but I'm not really sure that... I don't even know where it came out. Like, was I disappointed? No. Was I surprised? No. What were my feelings? Mostly confusion. Mostly confusion. I don't understand. So yeah, I think I need to watch that again, to be honest. But all in all, a really nice, successful week. I've come away feeling like super chilled, ready to face some new things, maybe rethinking how I want to approach my life, which I do a lot, to be honest. It's like a constant rethinking process, but I think it should be, you know? At the end of the day, I'm on a mission to make the world more fun for everyone. So I feel like you constantly need to be rethinking how to find your fun in each day. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. But anyway, thank you for joining me on my final pre-Disney week off. I hope you've enjoyed watching a little bit of what I've gotten up to, or attempted to get up to and then not quite got up to. Please do feel free to leave your comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.